evening, everyone. Welcome to Chef Ralph's Run, my YouTube channel. I'm Chef Ralph. Today we have something kind of interesting, a little off. As you can see, I'm not wearing any of my my merchandise or stuff that I normally wear. We just came from the Long Island Chocolate Expo, and a lot of cool products. That video, check out that video also. It should be the one right before this, or maybe two before it, depending on how quick I get my editing done. It was kind of interesting, but I'll let that video speak for itself. I picked up from the Chocolate Expo some chocolate pasta from this really cool booth, Bambino Pastifico. This guy here. I'll put the link and all that stuff in the description and all that great stuff. So it was the Chocolate Expo. We picked up some chocolate pasta. Now, just to get this video rolling, I cooked the pasta. It is chilling because it's a chocolate pasta, so we're going to be doing, obviously, a dessert of sorts. So, chocolate pasta. And, you know, sauce, I didn't want to go anything creamy, well, you know, like milk-based cream or anything like that. So I thought about just reinventing a classic dish. So we're going to be doing a chocolate carbonara. Now, I do take some artistic license with that for sure. The carbonara, as we know, is an egg base. So if we're talking about egg-based desserts, we're talking, you know, custards or creme glazes, but that's all too common. So I figured let's keep it within theme and basic ingredients. Let's do a zabayon. So we're gonna make I'll show you guys how to make a quick zabayon, and we'll go from there. So again, in efforts to save time, I already have the water boiling, so we're going to want to do a double boiler. It's kind of like making a hollandaise or a you know, a very egg-rich sauce like that. You don't have to do it on the stove. It's really fine to do it off. It may take a little bit longer. It may take a little bit more elbow working, but once it's to a boil. So we're going to grab that pot. So a basic zabayon recipe that I like is, I call it the rule of 4. So we're going to use 4 egg yolks, a 1/4 cup of sugar, and a 1/4 cup of some sort of a fortified wine. I like to use a marsala. That's most commonly used, at least in my New York Italianish area. It's the flavor you'll get familiar with. So we're going to grab a small pot. We're going to lay that in here, and put your hand, just touch it, just so you can get an idea. So you're going to want to be going in and out, in and out, in and out, so as to not cook the eggs. We don't want cooked eggs in a carbonara. If you want to see about that, you can do a quick look a couple of videos ago at my Enzo's of Arthur Avenue video. Yeah, didn't have a great experience there. So this water is currently cooling down, so we got the egg yolks. We're going to throw them in. Try and get as much as you can. Alright, so we're just going to start the process. We're going to start and, you know, put it in, take it out. Put it in, take it out. You know, we're just heating it. You don't really want to cook it, you know, in conventional terms of cooking. And make sure that when it's in the water, that's when you want to keep it moving most. You can take a little break if it's like not in the cook. All right, when it starts to get a little I guess the term is nappe, what you want to do is add a 1/4 cup of sugar. So we've got the sugar. I like to do it half at a time, just so we don't overwhelm the mixture. Back in the water. And then we're gonna go for the rest in there. And we do want it to dissolve fully, so we're gonna put it in the water. You want to be careful, you don't want it to splash, because if water gets into this mixture, it's not going to break, it's going to like seize. So you want to be careful with that for sure. You can see it's getting a little bit nicer, a little thicker. Now we're going to add the fortified wine. So here we're using some Marsala. And then we're just, like I said, half at a time. So we're going to throw in half. Back on the water. We're going to add the other half. And you can see, again, I'm sorry I don't have all my cameras here and stuff. Like I said, we just got back from the chocolate expo. I wanted to use this nice fresh pasta quickly. Didn't have all my stuff with me. So, you know, we make it work. This process does take a little bit. Make sure you use your good arm or a switch. So I'm going to take it out. You don't have to do this. I like to do this. But once you're in the water for a bit, I do like to take a little bit of a residual temperature of my mixture because we are using raw eggs. So right now we are at around 115 degrees, which we want to go up just a tad more. So we're going to keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. So now it gets that, maybe I'll come around here and try to get this. No, that's not working at all. All right, edit it in, edit it out, I'm not sure. That didn't work, so we're gonna keep going like this. I'm gonna take another quick temp. Yeah, we're at like, yep, there we go. And once it hits the 120 mark, that's kind of where I like to pull it off. Yeah, this is absolutely perfect. So, actually I lied, I'm gonna throw it back on because, plot twist, we're gonna throw some bacon into it. Now I know carbonara should just be pancetta. I'm sorry, not pancetta, guanciale. Whew, almost caught hell for that. But this is maple bourbon candied bacon that is nicely crumbled. So I'm going to throw this back onto the water, throw in this wonderful bacon. I'm going to reserve a little bit of it. Again, quarter cup. Maybe just for a little garnish at the end. You know what? We're going to throw it all in. Perfect. Okay. So now we have our bacon zabayon with our chocolate pasta. We are going to come back momentarily after this cools. So I'm going to throw it in the refrigerator. See you in a few. Alright, we're back. So the zabayon should be at a cooler temp now. So let's get the pasta, we'll throw everything together, plate it, and we'll see how it came out. So we got the zabayon. We're going to take some of our chocolate pasta. It looks like a nice pappardelle. We will take our ladle. We're going to do just enough to toss. pounds. Wow, it hardcore looks like a carbonara. This is kind of neat. All right, so we're gonna give it the old twirl. I have my decorative pasta bowl. I'm gonna go in pasta. Perfect. I'm gonna throw a little bit more. We got a couple stragglers here. Throw them off to the side because I don't like the way that they look. Okay, we're going to go just on top with the rest of this. That's kind of funky. All right, and now theoretically, what we have is a dessert carbonara. I'm going to, let's get it for a closer look. All right, let's see how we did. Bon appetit. Wow. So I'm getting cocoa from the pasta. So this pasta cooked absolutely beautifully. 3 minutes, 2.5, 3 minutes. So this quick zabayon, again, rules of 4. This is it right here. You can mix this with, you can go, this is, you know, obviously a sweet savory, but you can go fruit with this. The maple bourbon from the bacon. So it's in the spirit of carbonara, but it's a dessert. Yeah, winner, winner. All right, folks, once again, I hope you enjoyed. This, once again, is the Bambino ravioli. Again, the link will be in there. Great, this was, you know, from the Chocolate Expo. This was a great pickup. I'm glad I found it. Very nice people, too. You can tell it's a family operation. Anyway, I digress. Coming to you from my parents' kitchen, I'm Chef Ralph. This is Chef Ralph's Realm. Like, subscribe, follow if you like my content. Have a good night.